Welcome to my channel. Please enjoy the video. This is the story of the Pied Piper by R.Kelly. R.Kelly explained why he began referring to himself as the Pied Piper of R&B during the height of his legal issues involving alleged sexual encounters with minors. Robert began to tell his story, and he stated, "I started calling myself the Pied Piper when I started using the flute sound in my music." Kelly explains, pointing out classics like Fiesta and Snake. "I was Pied Piper. You know, blew a flute. I started calling myself the Pied Piper because of the flute." Surprisingly, Kelly reveals he wasn't privy to the history behind the fable, the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper was hired by the people of Hamlin to lure away all of the town's rats with his music. And then when he did so, and the adults of Hamlin refused to pay him, the Pied Piper took revenge by luring, stealing, enslaving, away all of the children. Okay, and he began to harm them. "Absolutely not. I was just thinking about the flute, you know," R.Kelly replied. When he asked if he understands why some people thought the new nickname was insensitive, considering his legal woes, the singer told the publication, "I can't believe that people would really think deeply like that," he says. "It's kind of jokey to me. It's goofy because I don't think enough people that deep are into me and that will compare me to some man that leads children out of the community and harms them. There's no way they would buy my albums. There would be no way they would come to my concerts. Anybody that thinks this is this way, they are very sick," replied R.Kelly, the Pied Piper. What is a name? Artists often give themselves nicknames to reflect their identity, revealing a part of their personality that they will want to share with their fans. See, this is something that R.Kelly himself did. But in this case, his nickname has more of a sinister connection. As we all know, R.Kelly, whose real name is Robert Kelly, doesn't just use his shortened performance name. He also called himself the Pied Piper of R&B for over a decade. In songs like the remix Step in the Name of Love, he proudly sings the moniker, "It's the Pied Piper of R&B, y'all." The Lifetime docuseries Surviving R.Kelly devolves in the allegations of sexual abuse relationships with minors that have followed him for decades. The first episode is entitled "The Pied Piper of R&B," with show commentators notating that the nickname is reflective of these horrific allegations. So who is exactly the Pied Piper? And why would R.Kelly take on this persona? The origins of the Pied Piper of Hamlin trace back to Germany during the Middle Ages. A man in colorful clothing comes to a rat-infested town to lure the venom away with his magic pipe. It works, but the citizens refuse to pay for his services as promised. In retaliation, the piper uses his magic pipe to lure all the children away from their homes and follow him. See, there are several versions of this basic story, and it is popularized by the brothers Grimm. Robert Browning famously wrote about the cautionary tale of the piper in his 1842 poem. "By means of a secret charm to draw all creatures living beneath the sun, that creep or swam or fly or run after me so as you never saw, and I chievously use my charm on creatures that do people harm, the mole and the toad and the newt and the viper, and people call me the Pied Piper." Robert Humbird, director of the Hamlin City Museum, told the newspaper that the rats were later added into the narrative They didn't enter the story until 300 years later in the 16th century, he said. But the rest are really a side issue. The important question is, who was the Pied Piper? And what really happened to those children? Some speculate that the children may have left to be recruited into the army. Others wondered if they were indentured servants escaping to the city. Given the most of his allegations involving underage girls, supposedly keeping several of them from their families, many find R.Kelly uses that nickname, the Pied Piper, to be problematic. For instance, Jocelyn Savage was an aspiring singer who left college to become Kelly's protege. Before long, she was romantically involved with him and has since severed ties with her family. The Savages believe Kelly is brainwashing their daughter to be a part of this alleged sex cult. Another one of the children that the Pied Piper allegedly stole by playing his big flute. Another alleged victim, R.Kelly. Her parents haven't spoken to her in 3 years. They believe Kelly lured her away to join his cult after playing his flute. After meeting when she was just 17 years old. That docuseries also alleges that this is a pattern of behavior in which Kelly leverages his fame and connections to entice young girls into following him. Robert Sylvester Kelly added that the fairy tale had nothing to do with the name because he claims he didn't read it because he can't read. I don't really know the story of the Pied Piper. I don't read stories, first of all. I just remember either a rabbit or a rat leading people out of the village with the flute. And this is the story, guys, of the life of R.Kelly, aka the Pied Piper of R&B. He used his big flute to lure away the children from their parents and their community. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next video. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell.